It was a quiet morning in April 1997 in Medan, Indonesia. A farmer walked through the sugarcane fields, checking his crops, but as he stepped between the tall green stalks, something stopped him cold. Just ahead, sticking out from the soil, was a strange mound. He took a stick and moved the soil from on top of it. Buried was a human head. The woman's body was buried upright, her neck and head above the ground. She had been strangled. The farmer ran for help. Police arrived and began searching the area. What they found was far worse than anyone could imagine. The villagers were shocked. Medan was a quiet place where people knew each other's faces, but this was the work of someone living among them, someone they might have even trusted. Hello, I'm Jackie, and welcome to The Jackie Show. Please join me as we dive into the case of one of Indonesia's notorious serial killers. Grab yourself a drink and let's dive in. The woman was identified as 21-year-old Sri Kerala Dewi. Sri had been missing for 3 days. 3 days earlier, she had asked a 15-year-old taxi driver called Andreas for a lift to an unknown place. She made Andreas promise not to tell anyone who she was going to see. When Sri's body was found, police questioned Andreas. At first, he kept her secret, but eventually, he told them the truth. He had taken her to see Ahmad Suraji. Ahmad was a local cattle breeder and shaman, or what you would call singanga or sangoma in Africa, someone people trusted with their problems. Ahmad had a large clientele. When police questioned him, he refused to tell the truth. He said he had nothing to do with it. But when they searched his house, they found items belonging to Sri, and so Ahmad Suraji was arrested. People went to him for blessings, future charms, love spells, to maintain their beauty, to keep their lovers from running away from them. Most of his customers were women, and they truly trusted him. Ahmad Suraji's home was not far from the fields. When they questioned Ahmad, his answers were very calm, almost too calm. And then, under pressure, he confessed, not just to one murder, but to dozens. 42 women. Born in 1949 in Medan, Indonesia, Ahmad was also known as Dukun, a traditional healer, a spiritual advisor. People believed he could solve problems through rituals and magic, but behind that friendly face, Ahmad held a strange and deadly belief. He told police that one night, in a dream, he saw his dead father. In the dream, his father told him he could become a powerful shaman, but only if he killed 72 women and drank their saliva. Ahmad said he took this as a sacred order, and from that day in 1986, he began to hunt for victims. Ahmad's methods were always the same. Women, often young, poor, or desperate for help, would come to him for blessings. He told them they needed a special ritual bath in the sugarcane fields to wash away bad luck or attract good fortune. Once there, he asked them to stand in a hole. Most of the time, he would tell them to dig the hole themselves and then make them stand in the hole, telling them the earth would absorb the bad energy and that was part of the ritual, believing that was part of the plan, part of the ritual, to give them good luck, to give them everlasting beauty. And this all happened after these women paid Ahmad. The women would trustingly get into the hole, and Ahmad would bury them up to their necks and then strangle them with a cable. Ahmad would sip their saliva, drink it, believing it gave him supernatural power. He then left their bodies buried upright so their spirits would face him and give him strength. Their faces would always be facing his house. Ahmad did not act alone. He had 3 wives, and all of them were sisters. They lived together in his home, and they knew about his practices. Police accused them of helping to lure victims to Ahmad. In court, one of the wives was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. The other two were released due to lack of evidence. Even today, there is a debate in Medan about how much they really knew and how much they helped. Over the span of 11 years, Ahmad murdered 41 women. His original goal, from the dream from his father, was to murder 70 victims, but police caught him before he could reach it. Many families had been searching for their daughters, sisters, and wives for years, not knowing they were lying in the very fields they walked past every day. Ahmad's trial in 1998 was one of the most sensational in Indonesia's history. He spoke openly about the murders, saying he felt no guilt because he believed he was following a spiritual order. The court sentenced him to death by firing squad. For 10 years, he sat in prison until on July 10th, 2008, when the sentence was carried out. Ahmad was executed by firing squad. Even in his final moments, Ahmad showed no fear and no regret. The story of Ahmad Suraji is a chilling example of how superstition and trust can be twisted into something deadly. In the quiet fields of Medan, the earth still holds the memories of the women who came seeking for hope and only found death.